What's going on, Bat Fam? Welcome back to the buildatrader YouTube channel. In this video, I'll be doing a weekly outlook. If you are new to the channel, on these weekly outlooks, I will be starting off with the high impact news events for the week, as well as cover the pairs that I trade. Those include the Nasdaq 100, USD against the Canadian dollar, US dollar against the Japanese yen, as well as I cover Bitcoin for those of you that are interested in that. So starting off the week, there isn't too much, except for on Tuesday we have the Reserve Bank of Australia, Governor Lowe is speaking at 2:15 in the afternoon. On Wednesday morning we have job opening news at 7 a.m., about 2 hours after New York Open. On Thursday we have a few high impact news events. We have monetary policy statement for the European Central Bank, and then shortly after we have the European Central Bank press conference, as well as core consumer price index, consumer price index, and then later that afternoon we have the Reserve Bank of Australia, Governor Lowe speaking again. On Friday there is Canadian dollar unemployment rates, and that's about all the high impact news for the week. Starting off with the first pair, we're looking at the Nasdaq 100. Go full screen. Okay, so we could see last week that we hit this level of resistance and created a double top here, right? The market pushed, and let's back up. Push and created this top wick here, rejecting off of this previous level of structure, and then the candle ultimately closed as a bearish engulfing candle. So what do I see for this week? Let's see here. We have a level here that is formed of market structure, which is this previous level of support that's been broken to make this lower low. We have a resistance here at 14250. The support's at 1400. Nice, solid, even psychological level. Okay, so what I'm seeing for the Nasdaq is this. There should be a pullback up to this blue level of previous support and possibly now turn resistance, and then we should see a continuation to make a lower low point down to this level at 1340, and from there we could retrace like this, or we could just continue straight down and have a lot of bearish momentum. So I'm going to draw out the possible scenarios I see. Something like that, or something like this. Just straight down. Okay, so I'm going to drop to a lower time frame to get a little more details here on this pair. Yeah, we definitely switched from bullish structure and bullish order flow to bearish after breaking this level of support and making this lower low. So yeah, we should see it come up to this level, and there is a possibility that instead of hitting this level of support, we could come up here and then continue down lower in line with this analysis that I have, or that I'm seeing. So I'm going to go to a slight lower time frame. Yeah, that's all I really see is just it going down, honestly, based off the higher time frame. We should get a retest off where this blue level is. Yeah, around 1400 would be the perfect retest. However, we could retrace higher. But for the Nasdaq, I am bearish. Bearish down to 1340. Okay, next pair. Looking at the USD CAD. So let's see here. I'm going to go full screen on this as well. Start with the weekly. We made a big seller's exhaustion candle right down here. So sellers are struggling to break this level. We've been kind of in a range these last couple days, or last couple of weeks, and the market's been a little choppy for a lot of us, if you haven't noticed, just because of the Ukraine and Russian war going on, as well as other economic situations around the world, and it's a little difficult to trade these markets. You know, it's not good volatility. Okay, it's hard to trade these markets. You got to be careful. You got to focus on quality setups, quality trades over quantity, because these setups right now, the good opportunities are becoming a little harder to find based on what's going on. You know, me personally, last week wasn't the best. The week before was good, but this week was a red week. But it's all good. because this week coming up should be just fine. So we can see that the market looks like it was trending downward. However, we hit this level of support. We can see these two strong bullish candles formed, and we hit this level of resistance. I'm going to go to a lower level or lower time frame. It does look like we have transitioned from bearish to bullish, perhaps. We would need to see something like this, though, for it to be bullish, and this would need to happen next week or this week coming up. It needs to create a higher low either on this blue line or where this red level of support is at 12640, and then it needs to go up and try to break this level of resistance here where we struggled to break last time, where this previous high is, and then should make a higher high around here, somewhere up here, which is in line with this zone, this supply area of supply where the market should reject from hopefully next week. We should see that something like this hopefully, and then perhaps a higher low somewhere, maybe something like this, and then a continuation perhaps. And this is based off the exhaustion I see on the weekly time frame. However, this is dependent on whether this area is a higher low or not. All right, if you're watching last week, there's a couple pairs that I said would go up or down, and I was wrong in terms of directional bias. It did go, but it didn't stay in that direction. It would reject off that level, or it would switch momentum, change directions in the direction it was originally going, which is completely fine. Yeah, but for this week, or at least initially for the first moves that I'm seeing at the start of this week, is that perhaps CAD should make a higher low point, so there should be a bearish move, and then should create a level of support, a higher low on this level of support, and then continue higher. Next pair we're going to look at is USD Jpy. Alright, yeah, this is one trade I took last week. It did not work. I think there's another one. I might have deleted it, but yeah, there's a few that didn't work, and it's all good. It's all good. Oh yeah, right here. Oh yeah, see, this was a good one, but I made my stop loss a little too tight. Got stopped out of that, and that's completely fine. The risk reward was really good on this trade, and had it won, so big deal. And if you take good risk reward trades like this, they will literally erase your losses, after one or two winning trades. It's that simple. But that's why I'm saying quality over quantity. Okay. However, I did catch this move as well, but it was just basically making back some losses, so nothing significant. All right, we're gonna back up a little bit. We can see that market rejected off of this area of resistance and higher time frame supply, and created a bearish candle close on the weekly time frame. There is a level of support here based off of market structure, weekly market structure, that was broken. I'm going to drop down to a lower time frame here and clean this up some. We created a double top at this area of supply / resistance. We had strong wick rejection here, and this is a 3-pin pattern that we created to make this bearish engulfing candle. We have a level down here that needs to be broken, or that appears to be broken, and let's drop down to a lower time frame. Yeah, double top. This needs a break. However, something like this could happen. We could go up, come back, retest, create a higher low somewhere either on the support or like right here, and then attempt to make a higher high. Now this is a bit of an iffy situation because it is a bearish candle. We got a strong bearish close. It just depends how this next candle opens for this week, because in theory we should see something like this with this black arrow is doing. A pullback to perhaps this level, or creating a lower high somewhere. It should create a lower high somewhere and then continue lower. However, that might not happen because given this area down here, there's a lot of technicals here. There is an area of demand, so multiple wick rejections, as well as a level of support here. Now there are bearish candle closes, which is why I'm suggesting that price action should continue bearish. However, if there's enough exhaustion, based off this 4-hour time frame, this close isn't that strong. This is a doji candle. Okay, so we could see, based on what this red arrow is doing that I have illustrated, we could see a tap into the zone onto this median level of support down here, and then continue bullish. And on the lower time frame, it would look like this. A lot of little bullish impulses and pullbacks on the lower time frame. It looked really, there'd be a lot more details based off the 1 hour and 30-minute and 15-minute and so on. But it should all line up to create a larger bullish candle on the higher time frame. But if we do reject, we're going to continue down. It can go either way at this point. I would need to see what the price action does in order to make a decision on this pair. And that is why I kind of lost a few trades, because the market was ranging in some areas that I took these trades in instead of waiting for the candles to close and waiting for certain time periods. Oh, my apologies. Okay, so lastly, we're looking at Bitcoin. Now, what Bitcoin is doing here, we have 3 hours till the weekly candle closes. All right, if you were watching these last couple weeks of weekly outlooks, you can see that I've been saying Bitcoin has been looking bearish. And on last week's video is where this blue arc was, and I was saying that it could go either way. I'm saying if it holds this area, it's going to go up, but if it breaks this area, it's going to continue down lower, and it looks like it held. However, we hit this level of resistance here. Price hit this level of resistance and a area of supply here, a higher time frame area of supply here, and rejected. And after that, closed bearish. Now, what the market would, or it should be doing, it looks like it's going to try to react off of this. It might make a lower high and then a lower low down to these levels, to this area of demand here, or possibly even lower, this higher time frame level of support. However, if that does not hold, if there's not a reaction from this area, we're going straight down most likely, what this black arrow is doing. But it needs to break this area at 37,000. If 37,000 breaks for Bitcoin, it's going down to around the 30,000 price range. And if this level holds, if this black level breaks this level at around 31,000 breaks, you're going to see a larger bearish move on Bitcoin based off the higher time frame, because you have a lot of buyers exhaustion suggesting that sellers in the market pushing this down. If it was bullish, it wouldn't have this wick. It would be a full body candle, but it's not, which suggests to me that we're bearish still. We're rejecting off that level, and we should keep going down if these levels break. If these hold, then there could be an impulse move back up to the upside. However, as I was just explaining, I'm more bearish than bullish, but it depends on the price action. Like always, you got to be patient, especially in the market right now. It's difficult for a lot of traders to trade right now, including myself. Not even gonna lie, it's a little difficult. It's a little difficult to manage, a little difficult to navigate, getting wicked out and this and that. So you got to be patient and choose really good setups and make sure everything lines up perfectly. Pick your shots. And that's all I have for this video, guys. Thank you for sticking to the end, and I hope you guys have a great trading week. See you guys in the next one.